big part of marketing is actually hiring. I know you've heard me say a big part of marketing is sales. Well, a big part is also hiring. Here's the thing. It's kind of like the trifecta, and they work together. If you have customers coming in, you need a strong sales system to be able to convert them. Otherwise, you're wasting your marketing dollars. And if you're able to convert them, then you need somebody to go out there and provide the services. Many times I've actually been contacted, especially these past couple of years, I've been contacted by my own customers and say, hey, I have to pause my marketing for now. Okay, let's start it back up. Or I have to pause again. Let's start it back up. And the main issue is the hiring process. So I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't share this with you and how we've actually taken a marketing approach to hiring. And some of the techniques that we use actually directly from this book, They Ask You Answer, by my mentor, Marcus Sheridan. I'm not, I feel like I have this over here like a little book club showing or whatever it is, but this book is really awesome and I highly recommend it. If you're running a business, this is for the customer, but if you flip it around, you can use the same concept for recruiting. I actually want to jump into where Marcus actually talks about the big five, and I'm going to talk about a few of those that we've done and we've done really well. So one is in problems versus in comparison, which is us versus them, reviews, and best in class. Here's the thing. A lot of times we're afraid of answering our consumers' questions and we try to mask it. And one thing I tell people when they come in to interview with me, the worst thing is going to a place, finding out things months later on about the company that you should have known from day one. So we try to lay out everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's that same approach that you need to have when you're sharing things with them, when you're showing them what's going on. You need to have that approach because you can't hide things. They're going to find out. So it's important to tell them what it is. That way they can make a decision whether your company is a good fit or your company is not a good fit. So we actually created a series of videos doing a few different things that's really helped. And I hear it all the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing this if it wasn't something that I heard literally all the time. When I was doing recruiting by myself, I would hear it on a daily basis. Well, yesterday was Wednesday, and we do something called Breakfast with Paul, where I rotate out different team members just to get to know them a little bit more. And one of our team members, Brandy, shared that the one thing that stuck out about our company, which made her apply, was the video. And she said, you guys look fun. So let's jump into it. And I'm going to show you a few clips of different videos, and we're going to talk about why it works. So our first video in a series that we send to our team members is a video that showcases who we are. And think about it. When you're going to work for, and think about it. When you're looking for a restaurant to go eat at or a business to do business with, the first thing you do is check out the reviews. So this is a way for us to showcase our reviews to team members.
I'm Tiffany, and I have been with Home Plus Cleaning for about 2 years now. I joined the team when I was at a point in my life where I was sick of sitting behind a desk all day, and I really wanted to get out and get myself active. So I joined the team, and about 2 years later, I'm still here.
My name's Sheila Delaney. I've been with Home Plus Cleaning since February. The best thing that I like is that once you get your flow, you kind of make your schedule. You can be scheduled at
If you look on the bottom, we have about 4,767 views on this. Before we just had it on our website. Now we started actually having applicants go through it.
I'm still making the same.
And if an applicant does not watch our videos, when they come in, we say, hey, did you get a chance to see the videos? And we get, what videos? We're not even gonna move on. The thing is, they didn't take the time to even follow a link. That was like, I said, watch me first. And then they would get put into a series where the second video comes in, the third video.
Same money is if I was putting in 40 hours a week. At the end of the week, I'm only putting in like 35 and I'm still getting a check.
Over here, got the breakfast set up and everything. Gonna make some breakfast. Gonna make some breakfast. Breakfast.
Okay, so
somebody asked me if this was staged. This is literally our energy all the time. I mean, there's days where we're a little off. But that is literally the mood forever in our company.
almost been here next month for a year, and I probably noticed like 2 weeks ago that I've lost so much weight since I started working here. I started off probably around 165-ish maybe, and I went down to probably 130-ish. So that is like mind blowing.
We're looking for rock stars. If you can be the next rock star, you're definitely encouraged to apply, have an interview. All the tools and training you needed are provided.
So I'm going to stop this video. I think you get the point. The goal is to showcase our culture. That is the goal, so that the people that aligns with that culture automatically gravitate towards it. And somebody who might be more of an introvert that says, you know what, this is too much for me, would gravitate away from it, right? We want the people that want to be with us. We want our people, right? So that's why we really try to showcase this. And this video is a little older and I need to update certain things, but it serves its purpose. The very next step is them getting, once they watch that video, they get a link where they get to sign up for a group interview, right? They sign up for a group interview. And I believe it was Jason Cup who first put me onto the group interview. And it's honestly, in my opinion, it's the only way to interview. So we do one-on-ones, but in the initial period, we're doing a group interview because we're just trying to, all right, we need you to see what we have to offer. And the group interview is all about them interviewing us to make sure we're a good fit. Although some of these videos really do that, we still want them to come in and hear it again, right? Number 2 here on problems. We like to talk about things that people don't want to talk about, things that people don't want to hide. People want to hide. Hey, it's going to be hard. It's going to be physically demanding. We want you to know that. And our biggest turnover is within that first 60 to 90 day period. And it's because people don't really understand what they're coming into. They come into our cleaning company and they think they're just going to be, Saturday clean with a glass of wine and some music. It is physically demanding. And I've had one of my team members refer to it as working out every single day. Right. So we need somebody that has that work ethic, that's not afraid of putting forth that work, versus somebody who has sat down their whole career and doesn't necessarily want to get up and be active. Right. So highlight the frequently asked questions. Any questions we've ever heard from a candidate, we answer. Whenever I hear a question, I put it in the group interview. So we answer all the questions. Now, when a group interview is done, there's probably 1 or 2 questions unanswered.
Our clients' home when we're cleaning, we get a lot of great questions from our applicants. Our clients' home when we're cleaning, most of the time, yes. But they do work with you. If you start upstairs, they're typically downstairs.
And it goes down. Am I going to play the whole video? Our client's home. Do we have to drive our own cars? Do you have to go to the office every day? How far do we drive in between homes? What's the snow day policy for you, Miami or Florida people? What's your tornado policy or hurricane policy? Do you have to buy my own supplies? Can I wear headphones and comfy yoga pants? Hell yeah. How long is the average cleaning? What products are we using? So you can see that list. We go over everything. And this video, unlike the other one, which was watched 4,000 times, this video is newer, but it was only watched 906 times. Here's the thing. The people that don't take the time to watch the video don't even really care about the position. They're just filling in the box, right? They have to, unemployment told me I have to apply to X amount of places. Boom, I applied, right? If I look at the correlation between the video views and the amount of people that apply in our company, there's a big disproportion. So that video hits all the problems. And at this point, after watching this video, somebody should be able to say, dude, I'm not going into this interview. This company is not for me. Or, you know what? This makes sense. Yeah, I can drive my own car. Oh, I don't have to come to the office every day. Awesome. Oh, I got to drive in the snow, but not blizzards. Cool. Let's do it. Right. So we want to highlight all of that. So what should you expect during an interview? So this is my first one. I did it in June 16, 2021. It's the funniest thing happened to me. So November or December of 2021, I'm in Las Vegas and I'm listening to Marcus talk. And he was basically talking about his book, but using it for recruiting. And for some reason, I forgot I was already doing this. I'm like, man, this is genius. I'm like, yeah, I got to go execute on this. So I spoke to him and I go home and I start making these videos and I'm like, wait, I already had a video, what you should expect during the first interview. And we ended up making another one in December of 2021, what you should expect during the interview. Tiffany got more views than me, 674, because here's the thing. Although I knew I should be sending it out, for some reason, I still needed that validation. When I heard somebody else say, oh, this is a great idea, this works, I'm like, oh, okay, let's get a little bit more heavy about sending it out. And it shows through the views. So this basically outlines, hey, day one, here's what you're going to experience. Here's what the whole interview process looks like. We're trying to give clarity every single chance we get. Again, the goal of this is to attract the customers, right? The employees, the customers that are ours, and repel those that aren't. It's the same way when we're marketing. Whenever we're working on a marketing strategy for a customer, we make sure that their brand aligns with the message. Because if we have a brand that says, hey, we're the cheapest, come over here, buy, and then we're targeting customers that tend to be more high-end customers, and they come and they see a discount brand, that person's not gonna buy, right? There's people that pay for cheap, fast now, and there's people that pay for value, right? There's people that pay to not have to think about it. I'm going on a tangent here, but I love demographics. And I was talking to different car dealerships about demographics when I was buying my car a few years ago. And one gentleman, he had worked for BMW, he had worked for Audi, he had worked for Mercedes, and he worked for Range Rover as well. And he said of all the customers, he found Mercedes customers to actually be the more high-end on the spectrum. Although, so let me explain this. His Range Rover customers would always be looking for a tax benefit, right? For the higher Range Rovers. I'm not talking about the baby entry-level Range Rovers. And the Audi and the BMW customers tend to always be like that nouveau riche, want to be a little bit more flashy. And he said his Mercedes customers, the majority of them, right, tend to be people that want simplicity. That's like, okay, it's here. I'm not going to argue on the price. Let's go. Let's put it together. Send it out to me. Right. And they usually do business within 5-mile radius of where they live. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Anyways, on a tangent here, I'm going to have to edit that out. Cut. All right. So we're showcasing everything so that they know exactly what to expect.
If you're wondering what the first step in our hiring process is, well, follow me. The first step of our process is going to be our group interview. From here, we'll hand you an application. Thank you, Jasmine. You'll take a few minutes to fill this out.
Thank you.
And then you'll have a seat. Once everybody is ready, we'll start our group interview. Our group interview process starts with a video, which breaks down all of our steps, one by one.
The cameraman is horrible.
Our hiring process, our training process, and how we break down our pay. From there, if you're still interested, we'll invite you back for a one-on-one interview where we can get to know more about you. So you made it to the process. You might be wondering,
by the way, that horrible yellow is out of my office now.
What happens next? We ask that you come in 15 minutes early to fill out your paperwork. Our paperwork usually takes about 15 minutes. And once you're done with that, we're going to bring you in for a one-on-one. Don't be nervous. It's a conversation. We're just getting to know you better. When you came in for your group interview, that was your chance to learn about us. But from this point on, we're going to get to learn more about you and see if you're a right fit. After this interview, you're not going to be offered the position right away. Our next steps are to file a background.
So the goal, again, is to tell them, here's what's going to happen during this point, during this point, and during this point, so that it is clear what's happening. You don't have somebody calling your office. Hey, I had an interview the other day. How's everything going? Am I applied? Am I going to come yet? Right? You know, back in the days, it was like, well, we follow up on interviews. Now it's just like, follow the steps, dude. Follow the steps, right? And the people that aren't following the steps get eliminated. And I know a lot of times we can't be as selective, or people choose not to be selective, but I can't emphasize it enough that your people decisions need to be people decisions, not for tomorrow's schedule, not for next week's schedule, but from years down the road. That's where your people decisions need to be, right? We don't want to put a customer, right? A customer calls you and wants services. You don't want to put them in and you know they're going to give you a negative review. You know they're going to complain. You know they're going to want a refund. We don't put them in just to get them in. we put the best customers that are going to have the long lifespan. And it's the same way with team members. It is recruiting, it is prospecting, it is marketing, it is sales for the best customer. So I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to go to the last video here. Now, this video is going to scare some people. It's pay. We talk about how we pay. Guess what? Your competitors know how much you're paying, right? Some reason people want to hide these things. I know that, we don't want our competitors to know. Here's the reality of it. If you're a badass and you're doing your thing, it doesn't matter, right? I can tell you, my generation is not staying in a workplace for money. We are not doing that. I left a 6-figure job where my company wasn't making 6 figures to take care of us, just so I didn't have to deal with the BS and I can get more time, right? We value time over money, but you can still pay very well. So just because your competitors pay more, or if you're afraid your competitor is going to learn this method and pay just as much as you, if their culture, if everything's not together, it's all about culture. It really is. If everything's not together, they're not recruiting the right people and getting rid of the wrong people in their team, it is not going to work. Right? People see right through that. You need to be genuine. You need to be authentic. You need to really, the more you help people get more of what they want, that's how you're going to get more of what you want. It's as simple as that, right? That is like, it should be a law of nature. Actually, a friend of mine who's a follower of a spiritual teacher, I'm not getting religious here, but his spiritual teacher, Sai Baba, the saying is, love all, serve all. And that's really the concept. And if you come with that mindset in anything you do, you're going to be successful. So we talk about pay. I won't play this video. This video is rather lengthy, but I will link in the description. That way you guys can see exactly how we pay our team members. So that's pretty much it. I cannot emphasize this enough. You need to treat your recruiting the same way you treat marketing. You need to treat your marketing like it's recruiting, recruiting like it's marketing, marketing like it's recruiting. You know what? I wish I had great editing skills. I put a little chipmunk voice of me doing the fast. Anyways, I'm probably gonna cut this part out too. Like I said, a lot of times people are reaching out to us and they're getting marketing services and they're getting a lot of leads. And what happens over time is that if they don't have a great retention program and a great recruiting program, right? Retention is really key. A great recruiting and retention program, they have to stop their marketing because they can't grow. And that sometimes becomes their bottleneck, right? So what's your bottleneck? Is it recruiting or is it marketing? Guys, take care. Be great.